Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 78 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, Brad Ellis, as always, and joining me, also, my lovely co-host, as always. This week, we're going to start with Mrs. Micah Moriarty. Micah, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good? Okay.
No, Brad, you know what you did? Brad made a sound like right before he started, so I already was off with a laugh, and so we're all off kilter.
Yeah.
I'm very excited today, though.
Oh.
I ordered the Animal Crossing Crocs.
Oh,
Please clap.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
so
Micah.
I had that tab open for a month. I was keeping an eye on it, and actually, too, got my ear pierced yesterday. The piercer was wearing these sweet Crocs, and we talked about Crocs like the whole time. And he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, they're awesome. You're gonna love them." So, anyways, I was really excited. And I checked last night at midnight. They weren't ready yet. According to the Crocs subreddit, they usually go live at 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern. So I set an alarm, made sure I was up. I was able to get my Crocs. So now we wait for them to be delivered, and we'll see if I'm a believer.
All right. Congratulations, Micah. Those are nice Crocs, too.
I hope so, because they're like $80. So for my first ever pair of Crocs, I'm like, these are expensive. I also, though, they have free returns. So I did order two sizes because I wasn't. Sure. Here's the thing. They have a size chart on their website that makes no sense. Like, you're supposed to just be able to measure your foot. And according to that, I'm a size 10, but I'm a size 7.5 women's in like all my shoes. So I'm like, that makes no sense at all. So yeah. We'll find out.
I hate buying clothes online just for that reason. Because you never know how they're going to fit.
If they have free returns, it's all Gucci. And if not, it's like, well, I paid $6 to try this on.
Also, Mr. Gene Park. Gene, how are you, dude?
Good afternoon. Last week I kind of missed out on the episode.
Kind of.
I didn't even get to talk about my BDSM party.
Yeah.
But we were all thinking about it, Gene.
Yeah,
you were in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. I even masked up too. You know.
Wow.
I don't want.
Oh, it was like a masquerade thing.
No, well, the thing is that anyone could wear a mask, or you could just be like running around naked. Like it did not matter. So. So I made a bunch of friends, new friends, saw them naked immediately, which is always an interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can wear a mask. It had like a little like a theme or whatever. I didn't wear a mask. I just wore my regular ass clothes. The crowd was an interesting mix because I was worried that I was like out of place by just wearing clothes at the sex party. But turns out there was plenty of people there who were just kind of sitting around like in like polo shirts.
All right.
Just like jeans and a polo shirt. Like at least I wore all black to like at least like kind of fit like the theme of like this is like a Night Marauders type of theme or whatever. And then some dude just showed up in a fucking like like one of the little alligator Ralph like polo shirts or whatever like that. It was like blue.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh. And he's a good looking guy too. I think he was just really curious about the scene. So
Yeah. Did you see any politicians there?
No politicians. This was definitely like a more like a kind of an underground like queer party.
Okay.
Or a lot of it just definitely would not be where the politicians were, and because of the whole patrolling of federal agents around DC, this one was not as well attended because some people just didn't feel like going out.
Sure.
Which is fine for me. I did not want to go to a crowded sex party. It was nice to just pull down my mask and just talk to people every once in a while because I was like, okay, well, it's not too much spit and cum everywhere. So,
Now, Gene, I gotta know, was there food? Was there a charcuterie board?
No,
did anyone at any point order? There's no food. Not even like a bowl of chips.
And it's a dry party too. No alcohol either. So.
goodness. I mean,
Good.
if I'm hosting any sort of gathering, chips and salsa are a must. That's the default.
Wait.
You gotta have that.
It's like-
I do think that there was like some crackers or like some chips or whatever, like way off on the side or whatever like that. But it's like I didn't pay attention to it. So I do think that there might have been some kind of like little things to nibble on, you know. but,
I'm sure.
but yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was fun though. I met someone came up to me. Of course, I was recognized there. You know, and someone came up to me and was like, "Oh my god, big fan of you." And you and Paul Tassi are just like the best game journalists. Oh yeah, he's got that YouTube channel. Yeah, he covers Destiny so great. You know,
Yeah.
that's the extent of my interactions. I did not engage in anything. I just watched everyone.
Yeah.
Left after.
Man, your life's
Listen,
weird.
Dude, I'm picturing
like,
all these
you're better respected.
conversations.
Mhm.
I'm just picturing all these conversations, and in the background is just like softly. You just hear that in the
totally.
background of every conversation.
Yeah. You just hear dudes nutting, whatever. Like openly, like in bed, like they're just like out there, you know. And it's just like, oh wow, you just like doors just open, and we're just getting right to it. Okay.
Jesus. Hey, welcome, Nintendo podcast. By the
Yeah,
way.
welcome to our Nintendo podcast, by the way.
Good lord.
Yeah, I also played Kirby Air Riders. So check that.
That's
check
true.
out last
Yes,
week's
check that
episode.
out from last week. Yeah, if you want to see Gene's impressions on that.
Yeah, if you want some actual Nintendo content,
Yep.
Kirby Air Riders was sick. It is a fighting game with vehicles. It is our boy Real Radic, a secret or Last Time Media listener. He was tweeting angrily about how PlayStation is not making a Twisted Metal, and yet here comes Nintendo, and it's like, oh, here's Mario Kart, and here's also Kirby Air Ride for whatever reason out of nowhere. And it's like Sony's got a whole Twisted Metal show that's pretty good. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Have you guys?
No, I've
Not
never
yet.
seen
I've
the
heard
show.
great things.
I heard great things too. And season 1 was fun. I really enjoyed season 1. So I do want to check out season 2. But it's like, yeah, you got a whole show, and then suddenly it's just not there's just nothing happening over there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, check
I know
out Kirby
because
Riders.
for the Last of Us show, they're like, and here's the Last of Us remastered again. It's like, all right. So it's like for the Twisted Metal show, they're like, fuck off.
Yeah. Poor David Jaffe's DNA is just gone from Sony. It's weird, you know.
Yeah. What he's had, I think, opportunities to direct stuff, and he just doesn't want to really right now.
That's true. He's also a lazy fuck, so
He just doesn't want to. Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Fucking
be in the
lazy
show with
bastard.
cameos or anything like that. So
Yeah.
whatever. If he
He's
doesn't want to, it's
actually-
totally fine.
That's the thing. It's like, in a way, he's maybe grinding even harder because he's doing the streaming content like
Yeah.
multiple days a week. And it's like, bro, I mean, but that's what he wants to do.
He loves that
that's what
shit.
that's what he's having fun with, and
Mhm.
engaging with his audience and everything. But it is funny because it's like, I don't know, man. If I had to choose between like streaming several days a week or an office-y type job, I might go office job.
Sure. Yeah, he's probably just, I don't know, he's probably burnt out from all the years of doing it, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
And, but yeah, whatever. Do whatever you want, David. You're a free man. All right. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows, including this one. You can get them early. Sacred Symbols, Defining Duke, Punching Up, Summon Sign, all that good stuff. If you want some merch, go to laststandmedia.store. Micah will send you some merch out of their home merch operation, which is their garage, I assume. So,
Yes, yeah, that's where most of it is. The
Yeah.
garage, and then there's this little room off of our dining room, that's this little alcove, and that's where a lot of stuff is also
Okay.
stored.
yeah. So if you want it sent personally by Micah, head on over there. Josh Games wrote in and said, "Hey guys, what outside media company has been mentioned more in LSM podcast? Game Grumps or Red Letter Media? Thanks in advance and keep on keeping on." I gotta say Red Letter Media, probably.
Yeah.
The Sacred Boys are always talking about Red Letter Media. Obviously, Gene in here know some Game Grumps guys and like that, but I don't think Game Grumps gets mentioned anywhere outside of this show, probably,
No.
unless Mike
No.
is there.
No, and like, yeah, we love Red Letter Media.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's definitely getting brought up a lot on Sacred, and that show's also just been going long enough that's like, oh yeah, they're tossing those references in constantly. It's like, oh, new Mr. Plinkett video, and it's like that's gonna get talked about.
Yeah. How could you not talk about Mr. Plinkett? Legendary internet creature, whatever he is. Preacher rolls. He's awesome.
That's the thing. It's like I don't like Star Wars. Haven't watched it. A Mr. Plinkett about Star Wars. Watching it.
Yeah.
Have zero context for half of it. Don't care.
Yeah, he's just that.
It's Mr. Plinkett and it's funny.
Yeah, he's that entertaining. All right, guys, let's get into some of the news. So Gamescom happened recently, and Elden Ring Tarnished Edition was there. We heard some reports that it was not running so good. So I'm just kind of pitching this to you guys. Is the Switch 2 already getting stinky? Let's see here. JP, some of the audience wrote in about a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to read this and we can talk about our thoughts on the Switch 2. JP wrote and said, "Hey, Goombas. What do you think developers are having such a difficult optimizing games recently? Is it an issue of poor development planning that doesn't leave enough time to improve a game's performance, or does it have more to do with the increased complexity of newer games? Is there any hopes that games will be ever scaled back to improve optimization, or have we already passed the tipping point where games will keep expanding their offerings just to justify their existence? Thanks as always. Remember to take a break to edge every once in a while. Gooning is only half the battle, punching up crew." And a G.I. Joe voice. So yeah. What's the G.I. Joe voice? I just remember the G.I. Joe at the end.
Gooning is only half the battle.
There you go.
Like very authoritative. Like,
Gooning is only half the battle.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. 100%. Yeah. All right. So what do you think about what JP's saying here? Is this an issue of poor development, developers and all that? With Elden Ring, I'm assuming it's not From Software themselves doing the port. Even though From Software does not have good history or track record with performance. So I think this could just be someone else. But Micah, you were excited for Elden Ring, I know. Well, you said you were going to play it at least. But now, is this putting you off from playing it?
I mean, it will if it's truly bad. Because if, a game that requires precision, a game that requires like dodging at the correct time and stuff like that, I'm not trying to get hosed by the version of the game being poor. Mm-hmm. If that's going to affect the combat, for example. Mm-hmm. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance, that port on Switch is ass. However, it did work well enough to play it. It did work well enough for me to say, yeah, I'm not having like lag during the sword fights. But if it's the fights that are, like stuttery or lagging in Elden Ring, like that's just going to be a major problem. Like the problem with Kingdom Come Deliverance on Switch 1, it was really ugly. And like while you're doing really quick things like riding your horse, it looked pretty trash. But during like just sword fights, it was fine. It really was fine. And if Elden Ring, if they can't achieve that, where it's like, okay, well, just during the battles, it's passable. If the battles are the problem, that's just not going to be fun.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning the game's not out yet, so this is no doubt an older version of the game, so things can improve, but...
And I hope so.
I hope so, yeah. I was just putting out kind of some alarms for people like that. Gene, what do you think, man? You think the Switch 2 is already kind of in trouble with that stuff, or on that front?
I mean, if you're the Switch 2 is always going to be in trouble, quote unquote. If you think that it's always going to be quote unquote behind. And sure, like maybe it's not going to get GTA 6 anytime soon, right? So yeah, it's already in trouble in that regard. And if GTA 6 is your only barometer, I think. Well, I mean, if the Switch 2 is in trouble for not running Elden Ring, then is the PS5 in trouble?
Right.
Is the PS5 Pro in trouble for not running a worse version of Metal Gear Solid Delta, which I can confirm, like it runs, not great. Mm-hmm. The weird thing about MGS Delta is that it doesn't have performance modes in the PS5 Pro. It just has there's no mode. You just get the shitty version. You just get a quality version that tries to become performance, and it doesn't do that well. Which is so strange because it's like I'm not like someone who's like nitpicky about performance at all. And I can totally understand why people didn't review it. Who reviewed it didn't mention it, because you're locked in. It's fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, man. Like you're enjoying the story, you're enjoying the cutscenes, you're enjoying the gameplay. At a certain point, you kind of not care because it's not is not going to affect your enjoyment. And from what I hear about Elden Ring on the Switch too, it's not going to affect your enjoyment either, because if you play Elden Ring back in 2022 and enjoyed that, it's about the same thing, from what I hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My only concern about Elden Ring is just like Micah was saying, like in boss fights and stuff like that, like if performance affects the outcome of gameplay, that sucks to me. And like you're saying, From Software is bad usually at optimization.
Yeah, Bloodborne doesn't even run at the 30 FPS consistently, right?
It's unfortunate.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think people take way too much stock in performance. So many people count Bloodborne as their favorite game of all time, and it performs like shit.
It's not the end all be all for sure.
Yeah,
it's like performance is important to me, but it's not important enough to stop me from playing a game necessarily.
Yeah. But I do think JP raises a really good question though in like broadening this out, and that why is everyone having such a hard time optimizing everything? I think it is a combination of what he mentioned, or what they mentioned, is that there's just not enough time. Development is already taking so long as it is, and they need to get product. The game studios aren't making any money by just making games. You got to sell games, right? And if you the whole time you just dilly-dallying and making a game, you're not really earning money.
Right.
So it's kind of like Mind's Eye, like how long was Mind's Eye going to be worked on before they needed to ship a product and just sell something, But on a different note, there's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I was the one who reported that Tears of the Kingdom took 1 year for optimization and bug fixing. The game was done already a year beforehand. People could have played it in 2022, 2021 maybe. But they took a whole year to do that because and then the game came out and nobody could really complain about performance at all. It was a miracle to work on a Switch.
Yeah, I think that game running was a miracle running on the Switch. I definitely complained about some of this performance, but not enough to stop me from playing the game. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and it wasn't like a broad discourse about performance.
Sure.
The broader discourse was, oh my god, look at how miraculous this game is.
Yeah. That's more kind of what the angle I was taking from that.
Exactly.
It's like, wow, I can't believe this runs on a fucking Switch.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And then so they're just it's just a weird time where there are a lot more games these days that are just releasing and releasing poorly. And what's crazy is that it's happening so often on the PC space,
Yeah.
Like it's everywhere in the PC space. Like every PC port has some issue. Monster Hunter Wilds. Mind's Eye, Metal Gear 3. Actually, I tried Metal Gear Delta on the Steam Deck. It runs.
Yeah, it runs.
It runs.
Yeah, it goes.
But yeah, but it is a much wider spread problem. I do think that it's because people are just running out of time, and I do think that it probably does have more to do with the complexity of newer games. Games should be scaled back to improve optimization. Why not?
Sure.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom didn't use a brand new graphics engine for that,
Right.
And that was that consolidation. So that's why we were able to get Tears of the Kingdom within like 5-6 years afterwards, which is a fairly quick turnaround for a Zelda game, actually. A mainline Zelda game for
Sadly.
a game that big.
Yeah,
right?
sadly.
Fairly quick turnaround, actually, surprisingly quick. I don't know. It's gonna be tough for like Final Fantasy VII Remake 3, right? Like because hopefully it'll be easier because they built so much of the assets in Rebirth already.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we can focus on performance and making sure that the game doesn't look like it's running at 200p when it plays on the PS5 Pro at launch, which is an issue for that. I'm sorry, Brad, go ahead.
No, I'm going to say, speaking of Final Fantasy VII, Digital Foundry, I believe they said Remake looked like the best Switch 2 game they've seen so far. So that's a good sign. Very happy about that. I personally won't be playing it again on there, but I know a lot of people will be playing it for the first time or revisiting. Probably Eugene, you'll revisit it a little bit. So that's good news. Mike, are you going to try Final Fantasy VII Remake, do you think, on Switch?
No,
No?
never. Thank you, though.
Why not? I
have zero interest in Final Fantasy VII at all. Like, it's so I mean, you guys know how I feel. You got Chardley and all that.
Oh, Charlie. Okay, yeah. Well,
You know,
Charlie's
and-
not so much of an issue in remake, but
Yeah, he's
he is
barely in
inevitable.
one.
He is inevitable.
I mean, it's a lot. It's very it's just very melodramatic. And Cloud, I could just punch him in the face for his sadness. Like, just get the fuck over it. I don't know. I just don't like it. And I watched Colin play all of it, like twice. So I feel like I've just seen too much.
Sure. It's funny to me you complaining about melodramatic when you love JRPGs.
Well, of course, but
that's just every JRPG.
It's to a degree.
You love Tales and shit like that. Come on.
Yeah, but that's not the part I love. You know, the game. I'm gonna say I'm not like watching Colin play Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like, I'm not loving this battle system.
Oh,
I don't love that.
Man,
either.
it's like one of the best battle systems around. Holy shit!
You're not hooking me with the story or the battle system.
Right.
You know what do I could look at Sephiroth, but he's not there enough. He's not there enough. I mean, you also got that kind of that fat guy.
He's there way too much. That's a huge issue in remake. Is that you can't get rid of Sephiroth. He's everywhere.
He's definitely in them more than the original. That's for sure.
Definitely more than the original because people realize, oh, Sephiroth is like a main character in the game now. So now we have to promote him. I think a huge problem. Sorry to turn this into a Final Fantasy VII remake rant, but I think a huge problem with the trilogy is that they focus way too much on Sephiroth, and that they're basically trying to make 3 different excuses to make 3 different cool battles with Sephiroth. That's basically like I feel like that's what the entire trilogy is made for to make 3 awesome endgame battles with Sephiroth. You know.
Yeah, I'm here for it, but I know not everyone is. I'll take it all day, baby.
I mean,
that Sephiroth. Give me it.
I mean, I'm in line every time. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, it's a dream come true for me. Yeah. So whatever. Like, that's what they're doing. It's wish fulfillment. Yeah, cool to hear. Remake runs great though. I will play it on Switch too because it would be nice to play Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo. You know, the game that made me quit, the game that made me graduate from Nintendo. You know, like literally. You know, I was like, oh, I'm done with Nintendo. You're not gonna get Final Fantasy VII? Fuck you then. You know.
Yeah.
And that's why I moved to PlayStation. Yep. So it is nice to be able to survive long enough to see Final Fantasy VII once again finally on the Nintendo.
Yeah, I'll be back. So a lot about this like kind of alarm bells going off for some people about Switch 2. Gene is right. A lot of games have optimization issues nowadays, which I think is very annoying. And I wish that wasn't the case. I'm sick of games coming out and me being like, well, I shouldn't play this game for a couple months just in case they fix it or make it better. Totally. That's like with me with Delta right now. It's like, I don't really want to play it right now. I'm just going to wait a little bit. I'm good. I just finished Metal Gear Solid 2 again recently. So that's why. But I was like, well, I'll just wait a month or 2 to see if they fix it. But if they don't, it's like, I will still play the game inevitably. It's not enough to keep me from playing forever, but there's just too much other shit right now coming out. Like Lost Soul Side, I really want to play, so I'll probably just play that instead. So Metal Gear.
I will say, as someone who has played Delta but hasn't finished it, I think you're good on not playing, especially if you played the hell out of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, I've played 3 like at least 2 times.
Dude, I probably played 3 like more times than I've watched like any movie, you know, besides the G.I. Joe movie, which I've watched like 90 times, you know.
Wait, the one with Channing Tatum?
No, the old school one, the cartoon one.
I was like, the live action one. I was like, damn,
the live action one, which is actually pretty good.
It's fun,
actually.
Dude. It was fun.
It's not bad. It's a pretty fun movie, and it's got some fucking cool action sequences, right?
Yeah.
I should watch that again. But speaking of the G.I. Joe voice, yeah, exactly. But what was I saying? But yeah, if you played Snake Eater a ton, like, dude, you can wait on this.
Yeah,
because,
I can wait. It's like no one's gonna ruin the game for me. I don't have to worry about spoilers or anything. I already know everything that happens. It's fine.
Exactly. And dude, like when you watch the cutscenes, it's like, man, I'm just playing Snake Eater again. This is the same thing. Like it doesn't feel new or interesting that much, which is probably the worst thing about the game. Is that it's just like,
it's just the shiny.
Only if you never played Snake Eater, you know?
Yeah.
If you never play Snake Eater, then this is like this game could change your life, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of people haven't. Snake Eater's old now, pretty damn old. So there's a lot of people I'm sure that haven't played it. Like we said earlier, probably Radic. Well, maybe he's played because he's a PlayStation fanatic, but a bunch of Zoomers for sure haven't played that game.
Radic hasn't played Metal Gear much, actually. So
really,
which is shocking, you know?
Okay, Radic, take care of that.
Yeah, I think he only just started to play Metal Gear recently. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if he made it Snake Eater. But yeah, for people who like, one of my favorite streamers is playing Snake Eater right now. And
Oh.
man, I'm missing her watch it. But she's never played any Kojima game besides Death Stranding. Death Stranding was her
really?
only Kojima game,
Wow.
And then she went back to MGS1, the PS1 version, right? And she was like, wow, I totally get it. I totally understand why Kojima is like now considered one of the greatest. It is like, yeah, it's really nice to be able to appreciate that. I think Snake Eater will help people. So yeah, if you never played Snake Eater before, fucking get it.
Snake Eater's
like
awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome fucking game.
Yeah, but if you definitely have played Snake Eater before, then fucking don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, I'm cool for now.
Way too much.
I'll get to it later. It's just like, I don't need to play it right now. It's okay. Especially with like other games like Hollow Knight and stuff coming up soon. One thing about Switch 2 also is, I just want to touch on is, maybe a lot of people are complaining about this more than usual, it seems like, is because Switch 2 is pretty fucking new still. It just came out a couple months ago. People are already seeing, I guess, diminishing returns on the performance. And inevitably, when we get to PS6 and Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, it'll be even worse. For me personally, I always expect Nintendo's third party to be quite lacking compared to other platforms. So I'm kind of used to this and I expect this. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's fair for people to be concerned from that angle?
I mean, I do, because so I see the argument absolutely of, you want this to be a console that has great third-party support. Who wouldn't want that?
Right.
But like you, Brad, I am someone who buys the Switch because of the first-party content. And I say, if there's something third party I want to play, I'll play it on Xbox, or PlayStation, God forbid. But it just is. It's like, I understand that's not only a luxury to have like multiple systems in the house, but also just like, no, it sucks to say that the third party ports aren't expected to be super, but they just aren't. But I personally feel like the first party games are worth the price of the Switch.
Sure.
Like, I feel like I get enough content from first party to justify having this, even if I didn't buy a single third party thing on it. So my reason for buying it is because, I want all the Kirby games and the Yoshi games, and I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, even just with those, if I didn't get any third party or indie stuff on here.
Yeah. Like we've said many times, Nintendo is the only console with truly exclusive games all the way. So like you're saying, first party stuff, like I primarily play Nintendo for first party stuff. Like I don't play third party games really on there at all, because I'm not a handheld person at all. If I was, that'd be a different story. But plenty of games are there just first party, and I have plenty of fun. Maybe that's because I am lucky and I have all the platforms, so I can play on everything. But for me, no big deal. We got Kirby coming up. We got Metroid coming someday, Micah, this year.
You don't.
I can't wait for them to show it with the release date, and it's this year.
Release date March 2026, and I can't wait to see Brad's head just explode.
I'd be okay with that.
No, you wouldn't.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't I?
You'd be beside yourself.
I'm already dying playing the amount of games I can right now. I'm drowning here. If they give me more time, sure, whatever. I'll take it. All right, let me read this from Henry Maxwell. Hey, Muguru Micah, Ginza Gene, and Balloon Saga Brad. At what point are we going to start holding developers more accountable for game sizes and performance? Back in the day, with much less power, game systems were easily overcoming performance limitations of the day and kept everything on the disk/cards. These limitations also created developers well-trained in optimization and cutting corners without sacrificing the visual fidelity that the systems were capable of. Well, never mind. What happened and when did players decide to excuse this aspect of game development? As a game tech artist myself, going on 13 years with a degree in game development, I just cannot understand the stinky switch narrative. When you play a game like Mario, basically any Mario, there are some of the best looking games, period. And while I get a lot of that is an art different choice or direction choice, there's still a lot of technical functions happening all over the place in the UI and world as a whole. They are not cheap games from a hardware perspective as much as some seem to assume. So what's everyone else's excuse? With the exception of something like 1 million DLC expansions, there is no reason games should be using so much space and memory. just about the only argument you can make for a game size is uncompressed music/sound. Call of Duty doesn't need mega scans for every single tiny rock in the game, for example. Now that we have fidelity, everyone seems to want what they forgot game developers used to put their priorities on to begin with, optimization and performance. I realize this is a hot take, and I'm deep in the mud to try to call out some of the best looking and playing games out right now, but in truth, they could all run way better if the developers optimize their workflow more. So I asked the jumpers, huh? What's your take on this? Am I overblowing a nothing burger? Is the shift from performance to fidelity and back against something you felt over the past 20 years too? I'll hang up and use the money my dad just wired me to save my progress and go buy a Hall of Fame bat. Okay. All right. So a lot of information on here, primarily about optimization. We kind of touched on all this stuff. It does feel like over the past 15, 20, 10 years at least, games have felt more unoptimized. But then I look back, Gene, I think about like the frame rate of a lot of N64 games and PS1 games, and like a lot of them weren't good, pretty bad. Even some of the best games were not good. I think Zelda Ocarina of Time was like 20 something at times, and I'm in like a stable 30 the entire time.
Final Fantasy VII was 15
yeah.
per second.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think about all this, guys? Just a lot going on here. The philosophy of game developers.
I mean, we kind of talked about this. This is a great writing, and it's definitely worth reading out loud, especially from someone who is some
experience in the field. Right? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, he brings up Henry Maxwell, a great name, brings up a great point in that, like Mario games come out and they're just fine, So it really is, feels like too much ambition for a lot of these projects,
Sure.
Like Grand Theft Auto 6 obviously will have like the most ambition, like the most ambitious ever,
Yeah.
But then like even like when you look at I don't know, Elden Ring, like Elden Ring is super ambitious, and that ambition was a trade-off to making, what a lot of people consider the greatest game of all time, not my greatest game of all time, but like I can easily see that people considering that, and it's that ambition that makes people but it also it's like, but Metal Gear Solid 3 again, sorry to bring it back to Delta, but it's like Metal Gear Solid Delta, like the thing that confuses me the most is that this is a game where the maps are like 2 screens long.
PS2. It's a PS2 game.
It's a PS2 game. Every location has its own loading screen. They retain that same sense of pace and the same structure. So how is it that this one patch, like these 3 patches of grass, is making the PS5 Pro not being able to
run worse than the base PS5 in some regards?
Yeah, like that doesn't make any kind of sense, So I totally get that, as someone who doesn't care about performance, that doesn't make any sense. Like what is going on here? A lot of people do blame Unreal Engine. I think, it's because of developers kind of like using like, I don't want to pretend like I know how to use Unreal Engine, right? But it's like I think a lot of people use ray tracing because it's easier to implement than hard coding baked in lighting. The nanite technology makes it easier to just like being like, oh, okay, well here you have lighting, you don't have to work too hard on it, right? And that's helpful. Expedition 33 uses that. They use like a global illumination solution that if you turn it off, the game looks like ass because like it's so washed out in like the mansion area of Expedition 33. If you turn that off, the same thing happens in Delta too. When you turn off global illumination, everything's just blown out because there's no shadows whatsoever. There's like barely any lighting, because they're just using like the built-in like Unreal Engine lighting as opposed to like doing the harder work of creating like baked in lighting, which is what, again, Death Stranding 2 does. Death Stranding 2 is actually like okay, well here's how light's gonna work, and we're gonna actually like tailor make it, and it's gonna be a lot of hard work. But then Death Stranding 2 still came out in like 4 years, so
Micah, any thoughts on any of this? I know we've talked about this all quite a bit already.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I have to say is just I am getting sick of the graphics arms race as opposed to focusing on how well the game runs. I saw a post in our Facebook group and it was about Nvidia's new hair technology,
Mm-hmm.
and it uses spheres instead of triangles for more realistic hair rendering, and the difference was so minimal, like the side by side
Mhm.
comparison, and it's like I don't want you focusing on that.
Sure.
I don't want you focusing on making every game so photorealistic, and that's the main thing that you care about. I want it to run well. And I'm not I'm not the frame rate snob, okay? But I just want it to work well.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to. I don't need to see Indiana Jones's individual hairs and have them catch the light the way real hair would. I don't need that because it is still a game. I mean, the immersion is broken in a sense because I'm holding a controller and I'm pressing X. It just is. So I don't need it to look this good. I do just hate the continual focus on it's looking more and more like a real person. It's like this. Where's the limit? Where's the limit on that? And instead focusing on it runs really smoothly and it looks great, and we got it to run on multiple consoles and it's fantastic. Instead of you can see his fucking nose hairs. Just where do we stop?
Yeah, I'd rather them focus on performance if that is a trade-off or something. Like if they're choosing the hair, whatever, visual fidelity over better performance. I have no idea how any of that works, but I'd rather the devs focus on that stuff. Personally, I'm more interested in games that do really weird, cool mechanical things. In the games, that's where I like to see them flex a lot of the tech over visual fidelity, I suppose. Gameplay, I'd prefer more there. But we shall see. I mean, I guess the NVIDIA stuff makes sense that it's a PC focused thing, and PC's always trying to push the visual fidelity front, but PC games are not safe from poor ports as well. So we're all feeling it. Fix it, guys. Come on. All right. The next story here is very interesting. Digital Foundry guys were at, once again, we bring them up again. They were at Gamescom that was just going on last week. And apparently a lot of devs still don't have Switch 2 dev kits. Now, this is from their podcast, and I'm just going to read the quotes from what they said. This is from DF Direct Weekly number 228. So this is John speaking. Nintendo seems to be almost discouraging Switch 2 developers to some degree, where I spoke with plenty of the developers that they were either told that their game, they should just ship it on Switch 1 and rely on backwards compatibility. There's a lot of developers that are unable to get Switch 2 dev kits. We talked to a lot of devs at Gamescom this year, and so many of them said the same thing. They want to ship on Switch 2. They would love to do a Switch 2 version. They can't get the hardware. It's really difficult right now. Then we switch over to Oliver, who said, quote, I don't really understand the strategy because, like you said, even now developers are struggling to get systems. And I don't know, and I know that some months ago when we were, hearing things there through the grapevine and talking to people, there were some weird exclusions with some big developers struggling to get kits for games. From what we've heard, and there were some weird inclusions as well, like some indies that were included, which is nice to see. But there was that campfire game, the kind of camera campfire game that they're getting kits, and some big developers, on the other hand, who develop AAA stuff, aren't necessarily in the pipeline there for kits. Gene, what do you think about this? Nintendo having kind of a bizarre rollout strategy for dev kits.
It doesn't sound good, right?
Right.
It sounds really disturbing. I think that my only question is, how many developers did they talk to?
Right,
what
of course.
counts as quote unquote a lot, right?
Yeah.
If it's 10 developers, I mean, that's not really a lot. Let's be honest.
Sure.
That's some developers. So I don't. That's the only way I can throw cold water on this, is that I don't know they never really talk about what. Did they track how many developers? Do they see a number?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
That's my only issue. But it doesn't sound good. I think dev kits should totally be going out.
Yeah, I think it's kind of surprising because we just recently heard about Indiana Jones, an Xbox game, coming to Switch 2 just now, and it's not coming out till next year. And it's like that they're like they're the biggest like publisher on the entire planet, kind of thing like that. Like, I'm surprised there's not more games from them. And it's weird because this is not something you usually hear about with other systems or other consoles or like PlayStation or Xbox. You don't really hear about this.
That is weird.
So I am very curious to see what kind of developers they talk to, especially from like the big front, of like who didn't get stuff. So that is concerning for me. Like, I understand not wanting to flood the market right away with 2 million Switch 2 games right away. But if developers, like a lot of prominent ones, still don't have stuff, it is very strange to me. Micah, what do you make of this whole situation?
Well, I want to highlight something that one of our community members had said in the Discord. Shout out to Chimp, who said, well, I thought the game key cards were supposed to entice, third-party developers with the lower cost, but then they're not getting the dev kits. What's the deal?
Yeah.
And I share that sentiment of, well, yeah, we're talking out of like two different sides of our mouth here of, I agree with you, Brad. Like, maybe you don't want to just flood the market immediately. However, can't you like communicate? Can we communicate launch windows and things like that and still let them work on it behind the scenes? Why would you not even give it to them to work on? So I don't know. This just all seems weird when we have the key cards supposedly for the purpose of a lower price point to encourage third-party development, and then they're not getting the kits. But again, Gene as well, who knows who exactly they spoke to, how many, can't verify that for sure. So
yeah, because I know John, and I love John. I'm not saying don't trust the Digital Foundry guys, right? I'm just my next question is, when you say a lot of devs, what do you mean by a lot of devs? Because that's journalism.
10, 20, 30.
Because at a certain point, you're just talking about scuttlebutt, and that's the kind of the thing that I hate about games media is that, like, oh, I heard about this and I heard about that, and it becomes an article and it becomes a whole thing,
Yeah, sure.
Versus, why don't you actually try to capture exactly what is the nature of this issue, Because I like to know too. I want to know how many devs are getting the dev kits and what kind of devs, you know. But all of these talks are always behind the scenes. They're always over at bars or whatever like that. And it's like, that's not journalism. That's just talking about rumors, basically,
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear like a big company that didn't get anything or something like that. Like Bethesda or something couldn't get kits or something like that. Would be interesting.
Ubisoft did for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
well, Ubisoft always supports Nintendo stuff, even in the darkest days.
That's true. I mean, well, Ubisoft and Nintendo have a good relationship anyways, right? So...
yeah, and like they mentioned that campfire game that we were just like, I mean, there's got to be more to this, right? There's got to be more to this, because what the hell is that? You build the fire and then what? Like there simply must be more, and I'm not 100% confident that there is, but yeah, they got one.
Maybe it's like separate teams handle distributing the dev kits, like first party team, third party team, indie team, or something like that. I have no idea how their system works about handling all that kind of stuff. But I definitely want there to be more Switch 2 dev kits out there.
Yeah, I definitely want that. Like if it really is a widespread problem, then that's not good,
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
It would bode poorly for the Switch 2, library,
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's bolstered by the backwards compatibility,
Yeah, I was trying to think of like Capcom. I'm like, oh yeah, Capcom has Street Fighter at least, and they have Kunitsigami coming. Or is that out? I'm not sure actually.
It's already out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Sega already has it too. With Yakuza, they were on CDPR has it. So a lot of devs do have it. I don't know what Rockstar doesn't have it. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
You make like one game every 15 years, so like what the fuck, like who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if Rockstar doesn't have a Switch 2 dev kit? GTA 6 is not coming out for the Switch 2 in any time close.
But yeah, interesting. I don't know, man. We'll see. It seems like a very Nintendo thing to me to kind of like release these in a very drip feed manner and very selective on who they pick. That sounds like something Nintendo would do to me, definitely. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Some weird version of quality control.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That doesn't really make too much sense.
Right.
But
They love controlling everything, so
They do. So
I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right. Move on to the next story like this. Once again, we are getting direct rumors. So this is from VGC, actually. Sources have told Video Games Chronicle that a Nintendo Direct presentation is in fact planned for mid-September. It's also worth noting that aside from 2024, Nintendo Direct has been held virtually every September since the Nintendo Direct presentations began. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, well, yeah, this is kind of where they always do it. It seems like every September. Seems like a no-brainer month for them. Kind of PlayStation does one usually around this time as well. But there are still some dates we need to hear, particularly Metroid Prime 4. Micah, we need to figure out the date for that, whether it's this year or next year. They got to let everybody know, especially because people have played it quite a bit already. It's because you played it back in... Did you play it back
April.
in May?
I played it back in April or whatever the Switch
Or
event
April,
was,
yeah, so a while ago. So should be hearing that date
and
every
there
now.
wasn't that much to play, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
you
you
played
just
the
played a
tutorial
slice.
level up to the first like tutorial boss, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like you
Yeah,
can't
you
really
didn't
get
get
like
to play like hours.
I couldn't tell you exactly what makes Metroid Prime 4 different from the other games besides like the mouse controls. Like even in terms of vibe wise, it's very much like Metroid Prime 3. So it's like, we definitely need to see more
for sure. But Direct rumors, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I expect it. Micah, if there's a Nintendo Direct in September, what are you expecting to see?
Oh, geez. I mean, like we mentioned last week, people really want something Mario.
40th anniversary.
Like a big Mario announcement.
I think that's in September as well, I think.
Yeah. What I want is a new Yoshi game. God damn it. That's all I want. That's all I want. We're getting Kirby. Thank you. We're getting Kerbo. I love Kirby. But I really want a new Yoshi's Crafted or Yoshi's Woolly, whatever. Just give me something Yoshi for Switch 2, please and thank you. That's really all I want.
Have you played Yoshi's Island?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You should play Super Mario Brothers. You should play Yoshi's Island. It's on NSO.
That's the one.
Am I going to enjoy it though? Because the Crafted World and Woolly World are like baby's first platformer, like Kirby style platformer. Very forgiving.
Yoshi's Island is easier than Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, it was, and Super Mario World was very, very easy. Super Mario World was known as like, wow, this is a downgrade in terms of challenge from Super Mario Bros. 3. And then Yoshi's Island was went even further than that. So yeah, Yoshi's Island is besides Kirby, Yoshi's Island is like probably the game that like it's like, oh, it's short and it's fun and it's easy and
it's adorable.
It's cool. Yeah,
very cute.
You
game.
should play it. It's one of the best Nintendo games of all time. Period.
Micah's gonna hate the Baby Mario though.
Oh well, yeah, I fucking hate Baby Mario, but I can get past that. My hatred of like the Baby Marios comes from my sister always choosing them in Mario Kart Double Dash. She loved the baby characters, and she'd be running around the stroller like it's a stroller cart. And I just hated it. I really just hated it.
Man, I want to play Yoshi's Island right now.
Yeah, me too, man. That sounds fucking great.
Good idea. Yeah.
I think is Yoshi's Story on there as well? I think so. Let me look. Yoshi Story NSO. Because you should play that too, Mike, if you haven't played that. Yeah, I think it is.
No, I've not. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are just, I was intimidated by not knowing which games were difficult or not.
The Yoshi games are not difficult. Yoshi games are much more friendly to get into.
All right, yeah, because, I mean, I love Woolly World and Crafted World. I love the little green dinosaur. He's great.
Yeah, you got to play Yoshi's Island then first. That's where it all started.
They're the sequel to Yoshi's Island, basically. So
yeah, you gotta play Yoshi's Island, dude. Yeah. It's wonderful, man. Now, dude, I want to play that now. Fuck, dude. It's been a long time since I've gone through that.
Oh, yeah,
we'll do a spoiler cast on Yoshi's Island.
Could be. It's a great story too.
Yeah. Gene, anything you're expecting to see at a Direct if we get one?
Pokemon Zaw, right?
Yeah. Because that's October, I think, right? Yeah.
And that'll probably get its own Pokemon Direct,
Yeah, for sure.
Separate. We've had a couple already for that, though, right?
Yeah, but it's Pokemon Company.
I don't know. I don't watch the Pokemon Company announcements because, like, I don't care about like 95% of. I care about the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I don't care about the
The
IP that
Dragonite
is Pokemon.
Mega Giga Evolution, whatever the hell it's called.
I'm good. I'm not going to Pokemon Worlds anytime soon. You know, I don't care about the collecting cards. What else though? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. Switch 2.
We have a
upgrades.
story about Xenoblade 2 we'll get to later.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping because
Remasters?
because of that story.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That was very exciting. I'm very excited.
I really hope they do 3 because that's so I haven't played 3 yet.
Oh yeah.
And at this
dude,
point,
oh
I
my
spent
God.
so long. I would just wait.
Dude, you're gonna love 3 so much.
I hope so. I like Xenoblade, but I think I like it less than most people. But I do like
Mhm.
them. I think they're good games,
I
especially
think you'll
1.
love 3.
I liked
Because-
1 much more
because
than 2.
3 is like the best one. Like
Okay.
probably like if you're the kind of person who likes like Snake Eater the best, right? Then 3 is like the Snake Eater of the Xenoblade Chronicles series.
Okay.
It's like it clicks every button perfectly, and like there's like no real flaws. Like the story is really great, the pacing is perfect, like all the gameplay systems are great, that kind
Okay.
of thing. Because like 2 is like a mess, right? Obviously, like Mike and I have gone over
Yeah.
many
God,
times
yes.
how much of a mess 2 is, despite how much we love it. But so that's why I'm excited for like 2. I hope they fucking fix the stupid issues in 2. Like actually like make a proper tutorial that doesn't fucking lie to you. You know?
Oh man, I mean, because not to go off on too much of a tangent, but yeah, like I've played 1, 2, and a good part of X. Like 1 is still my favorite.
Mhm.
I liked 2 a lot,
Mhm.
but there are just so many caveats to saying I liked that game a lot. Like for me to recommend it to someone, it comes with a list of, but here's what
Yeah.
you should know before you jump in.
Exactly. I would recommend 2, but but those same caveats. Exactly. You know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'd be excited for that to see. What else is there? I don't know. Dragon Drive 2, baby.
Yeah, Dragon Drive 2 DLC content.
Yeah, they're already
The
putting more
Pass.
content for Dragon Drive.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
roadmap, right?
Roadmap
You know,
for Dragon Drive.
10 years of support for Dragon Drive. You know.
Do you think it's too early for them to like start talking about Mario Kart DLC?
It should not be, but yes, it probably is. I
Mhm.
don't think they're quite ready, because they don't want to talk about it at all. Like, period. You know,
Yeah, not until
like Mario
Kirby's are
Kart World
done.
is a game. Shut up. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny that they don't want to acknowledge that it's going to be a live service, even though it's an only $80 game. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, guys.
Come on,
But-
guys. We know.
I'm expecting that to come in the spring, because that'll be a huge pop off, you know.
Yeah, it
for
will
Mario
be.
Kart.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I think that the release of Mario Kart World is enough for the year, and I think they're gonna let it breathe until. That's
Sure.
my guess, but I'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
I mean, it's a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, and it should be coming out soon. I would love that, but probably not.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see that Splatoon game, that spin-off.
Oh yeah,
What was it called? Splatoon Raiders.
yeah. I was gonna call it Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Splatoon
Well, that's
Arc
coming out
Raiders.
this year, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious about the game. I'm not a huge Splatoon guy, but I am definitely curious, and I would like to see what they got cooking there.
Me too. I like a single player Splatoon. I like the vibe of it. So, you know, it'd be fun to. I enjoy the multiplayer. I have no problem with it. But like, you know, I am a single player guy, so I would totally be all over a single player Splatoon.
Yeah. I definitely think, like Micah said, Mario something. 40th anniversary is September, and they usually do something for Mario. 35th is when we got Super Mario All Stars, I believe, 3D. Give me Galaxy 2, man. Come on. Don't fucking tease us anymore. Just
Oh
give
my
us
God,
Galaxy
dude,
2. Make it right.
Fucking Galaxy 2. Fucking Twilight.
go. Give me
I
3D
mean, how
Land.
many times are we going to say Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? You know,
Yeah.
like at least Twilight Princess, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
man. You know,
It's so depressing, dude, when I think about that shit.
it makes you want to cry, dude.
It's such a bummer, man.
seriously, it's like taking so long. I feel like crying about it, man. You know.
Yeah.
Like I'm like tearing up right now. Like how fucking long are we gonna wait for like a good version of Twilight Princess on the Switch? On the
Yeah.
Switch 1 even, bro.
Let me not even have to think about my Wii U. Like, once those two are out, I can like finally take my Wii U out and shoot it in the head. It's like over.
Seriously.
It's like, finally.
Oh
You're
my
dead.
god, yeah. Star Fox Zero is not worth it. You know, it's
Yeah.
fine. You know,
Yeah, it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
But Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, it's like, those are beloved games. What are you fucking doing, man?
I know, man.
are you fucking
Although,
doing,
see,
mate?
I don't have to play Wind Waker now because I watched you play it on stream
true,
recently,
you
Brad.
don't.
So I don't have
I
to
mean,
play
Twilight
it.
Princess is a better game, so just play that one.
Mm.
Wind
I like
Waker's
Wind
cool.
Waker better, but I do agree that Twilight Princess might be the better game overall.
Wind Waker has a good vibe. I think that's the strength of Wind Waker. It's its atmosphere.
Yeah.
It has the best vibe besides the Breath of the Wilds, right?
Yeah.
But like, man,
But from
Brad and I have talked about this over and over again. But Twilight Princess dungeons are just fucking.
Yeah,
like,
the dungeons,
peak,
the pacing, I think is way better than Wind
Yeah.
Waker. But teach their own. I love Wind Waker still, but yeah, I have a lot of problems with it. But I do with every Zelda game.
I would much rather have Twilight Princess right now at this point, even though I like Wind Waker more. It's like, dude, bro, like I want to cry, man. Fucking Twilight Princess, bro. Where are you?
Let us cry, dude. I want to talk to the bug girl. You think the bug girl's hot from Twilight Princess? Gene, do you remember her?
Oh, Agatha, yeah. Well, she looks too young, so that's fine.
Sorry, we got Midna, dude.
Yeah, Midna's already there. You know, even in her imp form, totally. You know. even in inform, man, those hips, come on, you know.
All right, just trying to think anything else from a Nintendo Direct that's possible that we haven't covered. Metroid, we kind of covered all that kind of stuff. I feel like there's got to be like one weird thing that we're not thinking of. Do you think it's too early to see Animal Crossing?
No.
Yeah, no, I could have a little hope for that. We just got these Crocs, right?
That's true, Mike. That's the synergy, the brand synergy right there.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if we can thank Micah for a new Animal Crossing. Like you would think that they'll be like, fuck, like look at how many we sold last time. We need to do this right away. You know, like it has to be priority number one. You know, it's like alongside Zelda and Mario. You know, it has to be priority number one. Please do that.
Too early for Smash, probably, because Sakurai's still doing Kirby.
Mm-hmm. Tomodachi
Life. But yeah, they need to show more of that. Interesting.
Yeah, we need to see more of that. So I'd be happy.
Yeah, I need to see like what's so special about that game.
Yeah, man.
It has like a cult following.
Yeah, I was at a con and I was definitely looking out for that the most. Just a copy of that. Let me see if I can just buy one.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that game and just being like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
But then it's like, oh, and it goes for like $300.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, okay, this is very valuable for some reason.
For some reason,
people were really excited.
Yeah, like hardcore cult fan base, which is cool, I guess. Yeah. So I'd love to see what all the hubbub's about. I really hope they only do a Switch 1 version. There's not a Switch 2 version. That'd be so funny.
Oh, yeah. Don't fucking give the dev kits to
give it to Nintendo. Yeah, to that team. That'd be so funny. Oh, man. You know what? One game I could see happening is Pikmin in some sort of form.
Oh, yeah,
I really feel like Pikmin could be on the horizon. A little tease. Maybe not like coming out soon, but a little tease there. Little Olimar, little whatever weird alien tease.
Yeah, or even another spin-off title. Like, you know, having recently played Hey Pikmin on 3DS, I'm like, that was excellent. And it'd be cool if they did another little spin-off game, you know.
Sure.
So I don't know. There could be something in the Pikmin universe. It doesn't have to be Pikmin 5.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Tomodachi Life is $120 on GameStop. Like, why does GameStop know that it's rare? You know, you're a corporation, you know?
They fucking, I don't know, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Any third-party sport you think we're due to see at a Direct? Anything from a third party you can think of? Maybe more remake, I guess, because they only have it coming out right now for winter still. So I guess they could talk about it more there. Any Resident Evil games you think?
Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, right. Yeah, Gene, great. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors. That's like a great pick, man, because we do need to see. I could see that game getting pushed out this year, but you never know. Or it can just be a psychopath and release 50 fucking games in the last month. Who knows? All right, whatever. We'll move on for now. Final news story, Micah. This broke after we recorded last week, so it's our due diligence to bring it up. Silksong finally has its release date, which is September 4th. The Switch 2 version supports 120 frames per second, which is pretty damn nice. Pretty cool. I'll be there day one. Gene, you've been playing. We'll get into that for what you've been playing. Mm-hmm. But Mike, I know not your type of game. Spaghetti maps, Metroidvanias, not Micah's jam. But we'll cover it on the show regardless. But very nice to see Silksong finally get a release date, especially so close to coming out when it got announced finally, which is in my opinion, the correct move to do.
Mhm.
So way to go, Team Cherry. Very soon.
Can I talk about that Bloomberg article Jason Schreier did?
Sure. Yeah.
I think Team Cherry sound like fucking assholes.
What do you mean?
Their reasoning for for taking so long and not communicating on what Silksong is doing is because they were having too much fun and they had a good workflow where they could just take their time and they had a lot of money, so it's okay.
Yeah,
and it's like that would be fine if you didn't have a Kickstarter to be beholden to, you know.
Did the Kickstarter have a date of like when it's supposed to release or anything like that?
As far as I know, they didn't give any information for 6 years. They gave one update 6 years ago, and then from then on, they just stopped communicating. And they're like, "Oh, we're so offline. We're not seeing anything." And it's like you need to be online though. That's your job, you know. So what you're doing is just being kind of entitled brats, just being like, "Oh, well, we're millionaires now." And like, granted, I will fully admit that a large part of this bitterness is coming from jealousy. You know, I'm fully admitting that I'm jealous that they became millionaires and they were able to have fun working on something and just fuck off and not worry about what other people think. Right? That's totally cool. I'm happy for them as person to person. Right?
Right.
But like, and I'm also like appropriating the outrage because I was not a Kickstarter, you know. So so I'm admitting all my biases here, right? When I call them assholes. But if I was a Kickstarter, I would be like, you guys are fucking assholes, you know. You left us in the dark for this whole time. You know, we are the reason why you are millionaires in the first place. You know.
Yeah, I wonder how the Kickstarters feel about that. I do wonder if you're. Let us know.
As far as I saw the subreddit, we're split. A lot of people are like, "Oh, they're so good," you know, living their lives right there. And there's a lot of people who are upset about it too. You know, they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm honestly quite on the side of the people who are angry. Again, I'm appropriating their anger. I have no right to be angry. I didn't fucking care about Hollow Knight at all. I don't fucking care about Silksong. But after reading that interview, I was like, that sounds weird to me. I think
so. They had a Kickstarter for Hollow Knight 2 or Silksong. They had a Kickstarter for Silksong specifically. That seems weird because they made so much fucking money off Hollow Knight already.
Exactly.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I guess Mina the Hollower had that too, didn't it? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, I could.
Anyways,
I guess
that's my rant. Yeah.
I could see their perspective. I guess I don't know. I'm not exactly sure of everything, but yeah, if you're a Kickstarter and you don't know what's going on, it could be frustrating. Absolutely. But no one will care when the game's out. That's what always happens. So we'll see. But good to get that perspective regardless. So thanks for sharing, Gene. All right, we'll talk about now what we're playing. And since we were talking about Hollow Knight, and Gene, you've been playing Hollow Knight.
Yes.
You were famously not, well, I guess not famously, but you weren't a huge fan of it before. You didn't, or you liked it, but not as much as a lot of other people, I should say.
I always thought it was a good game. I never would say that it's a bad game, right? But one, it comes from my bias against Metroidvanias now, you know, and I've talked about it in the show before, but for people who are catching up, I'm starting to think that I don't like the Metroidvania genre. You know, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, great game. I didn't finish it, you know. Blasphemous, which I just started playing because of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. They're the same developers.
Oh, yeah. I love Blasphemous, right? Those games.
So I was like, no shit. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was like a fucking 10 out of 10, right? So like maybe I should check out Blasphemous. And I started playing it. I was like, this fucking sucks. I don't like this. You know? Nine Souls. Everyone keeps telling me, oh, dude, if you didn't like Hollow Knight, then you should play Nine Souls. I played Nine Souls. I didn't like it either. You know? Fucking annoying, you know?
Yeah, maybe you don't like those type of games anymore. Except
Animal Well from the YouTuber Video Game Donkey, who is one of my favorite YouTubers, despite his bias and impact and damage against Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I still love him and forgive him, and I think he's awesome. I played Animal Well. I thought I was fucking bored out of my mind. You know, all of these praise Metroidvanias that people love, I don't like. You know. And it all started with Hollow Knight. When I played Hollow Knight, I was like, I'm so bored. I don't like this. It's a good game, but I don't like it. You know, I think I like Metroid. That's it.
Yeah, you only like Metroid?
I like the Metroid genre when Metroid does it. You know, I don't even necessarily like it when Castlevania does it. You know, because when I try to play the other Castlevania games, I'm like, whatever. It's not Symphony of the Night though. You know.
Right.
It's not Metroid. Metroid Dread I loved. I played the shit out of that. I played 100% and I played it on the hard mode. Everything. Completed it totally. So I'm trying to play Hollow Knight again. And I'm having a better time. Also, the other big deal for me is that I didn't like the Hollow Knight's art style.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think that it's bad. I wouldn't say I've called it ugly before, but I don't like really mean that. I just mean that it's boring. It's very like Newgrounds flash-based animation type of deal. I don't think it's very like distinctive. I think the grubs are cute as fuck. Like the little bugs that you have to find in the jars. Those are fucking adorable. I love those. That's kind of the only thing I really. And the shop girl. I forget her name. Is Zelda or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been too long for me.
But she sells you like map markers or like that. She's hot. For a bug girl, she's pretty cute. Good design. Other than that, though, like I don't like the environments. Like I've beaten the game before. I've gotten to the later levels when the game quote unquote gets good. And I think those later levels are boring as fuck. Like it's all washed out, single colors. It's the same color for so much of the game. We're very blue and gray and dark, whatever. I just don't like that. But I played it. I played on release way back then in 2017, 2018, right? And because it was a Metroidvania, and I was really interested in it, and it just didn't really sit with me. It didn't really affect me all that much. And maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it, because you know why? Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which is my favorite video game story of all time, was a game that I got knocked out of like 3 times. I had to play like 4 times to really get it. So it's like it's unfair for me to do that to Hollow Knight when I only played it once, and I don't think I was really in the mood for it. So let me try to, now that Silksong's out, and there's a lot of people I trust that really love Hollow Knight. Let me give it a shot again, and I'm having a much better time because I know how to kind of navigate the map. I know when to grind and when to not. And a lot of people say that the beginning is the most boring part, and I totally agree. Like it's just not. The on ramp is a little tough, right? But I'm getting it now. I'm understanding it. I'm kind of taking my time with it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's important. Definitely take your time.
And yeah, so like I'm exploring, I'm grinding, and I'm enjoying the grind and just kind of enjoying the music. The music, I don't think the music's that great either.
Sure.
It's vibey and it's atmospheric and paired with the visuals and the moodiness of it. It's like, okay, I get it now. I get it. And I'm still fairly early on. I'm still in like the third area, like the foggy area or whatever. But I want to really appreciate it, and I want to play this before Silksong. And I do plan to write on why I've been able to kind of have this mentality where I'm starting to actually appreciate Hollow Knight for what it is. I think a lot of it comes down to, and I make fun of people saying, "Oh, this is your first so and so of course you like it, right?" But it's like, is that really that bad though? Like right. If this is your first if Dishonored was your first immersive sim, I don't understand why people love Dishonored so much. But if Dishonored is your first immersive sim, then I totally get why you love Dishonored so much. If Hollow Knight was your first Metroidvania, then I totally get why it was so effective for you, because you never played a game like that before. Same with Expedition 33. If you never really gave a turn-based games a chance, and Expedition 33 was the one that did it, I totally get. I don't get it, but I can see why you got to the point where it's like, oh, this is the best RPG, the greatest game of the decade, whatever. And it's like, yeah, hopefully you'll try other Metroidvanias. Hopefully you'll try other turn-based RPGs. Because there are better Metroidvanias than Hollow Knight, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
Metroid, for example.
Yeah. Some Metroids, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them. Yeah. But yeah, Metroid, Symphony of Night. I mean.
Yeah, Symphony of Night, I think, is like my favorite personally out of the whole genre.
I kind of agree with you there. I think it's at least up there with Super Metroid.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the best one or anything like that. I'm just saying it's probably my favorite personally. Mm-hmm. Just the atmosphere and
the music, the story, the progression, the pacing, the powers that you get. It's just like so perfect, dude.
Yeah, it all just kind of clicks with me right up my alley.
And that's what I think Hollow Knight is missing, is that you get some cool powers later,
Mhm.
and I think that that pacing is deliberate. I just don't like it,
Yeah, that's
Um,
totally fine.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, I'm glad you're giving it another shot, and you seem to be enjoying it a little bit more, which is cool.
I am enjoying it a little bit more. I played it until 3 a.m. last night. I was like, okay, I'm locked in. I'm actually, I'm locked in. I'm properly in the mode. I'm like, I got this now. Okay, now I can go do this.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah,
like, I
that's
remember,
a fun
I
feeling.
remember that enemy. Now I can go defeat that enemy now. So it's starting to click now, and I'm interested to kind of re-experience that escalation of power again, and get to those later levels that I didn't like, because I was just so not in the mood. I think the game's too fucking long too.
It is a
That's
long
another
game.
issue.
Yeah,
It's a long
especially
game.
with all the DLC now too.
Yes. So I didn't play any of the DLC, so that's gonna be new for
Yeah,
me.
I think I did a little bit of it, but not all of it, because I played it when it came out on Switch originally,
Mhm,
which was after the PC version.
mhm.
I don't remember, but that was before Xbox and PlayStation. I know that. Maybe that was 2017. I can't remember, or if it was
I think the
2018.
Switch version came out in 2018, but that
Yeah,
came
maybe
with
it was
like
probably then.
yeah, it came with like a new version or God something version or whatever like that. So
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, so I'm having really a lot of fun. I'm really glad to be back to it, and my opinion of it might raise even more, because I'm actually once again locked in. I'm
Cool.
actually feeling the flow of a Metroidvania.
Good.
And also Ninja Gaiden Reachman like really got me. I've complained about 2D games not clicking for me, and it's like I just needed that one game for me to remind me. And I think Ragebound was it.
Ragebound did it. Cool. Very
Yeah.
nice.
What else am I playing? What else did I say?
Here, I can
Arkham
look.
Origins.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, real quick, only because of the Lego Batman hype from Gamescom. If you don't know, Lego Batman is a Lego Batman, but they decided to make it a whole ass Arkham game with like an explorable Gotham City with fucking NPCs, not just Joker criminals or whatever like that running around, but like actual regular Gotham citizens running around. You're like, what the fuck do you mean that the first Arkham game, Batman game with regular NPCs is the Lego game? Gotham
Yeah.
Knights also had regular NPCs, but Gotham Knights fucking sucked. So, um, and I can say that because I did try to play Gotham Knights over the
Oh,
weekend.
I beat it. I beat Gotham Knights. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah,
It's not
it's not like a horrible game.
No,
but
it's not like
it's just
awful, but it's whatever.
it's just like empty, and
Yeah.
there's just like it's just like you're just doing beat 'em up quests and everything like that, and that's fine. But like the loot system sucks.
It's nothing
like that.
special. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's nothing special at all. But it really got me. I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like this game is coming out in 2026. What do you mean Lego Batman isn't coming out this year, man? Why the fuck are you showing it to me now? Then I guess because Jeff Keighley wanted to, and that's great job, Jeff Keighley. I thought
Maybe
Gamescom
it's
wasn't
early 2026 or something. Maybe it's like 6 months away.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, I want to play this now, bro. So the only thing I can do is just play an actual Arkham game.
Yeah,
and I figured I'll play my favorite one, Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins your favorite? Okay,
it is my favorite. I think it's not. I wouldn't even call it the best one. I think Arkham City is clearly the best one.
Yeah, Arkham City I think is my favorite. Yeah.
It has the best pacing. It has the best story. Its level design is way better than Arkham Origins. I think there are some things in Arkham Origins that are so frustrating and stupid. And I played Arkham Origins. I replayed Arkham Origins the most, so I kind of remember all of these pain points of like, why is this mission like this, or why is it like this? And I think the upgrade system sucks too, because it's all tied to these challenges that you have to do. And if you like the Dark Knight challenge system, and if you like, it doesn't count the stuff that you already did by the time you get to that challenge. So it's annoying that it's like I've been playing this game for like 30 hours and I already did that like fucking 20 hours ago, and now you're telling me to do this again just to get the challenge. It's annoying. And tying like the specific the skill tree to like finishing side quests sucks, because like you get the disarm the move to disarm weapons and guns, you get that so late in the game. You get that like in the last like 20% of the game. You can't get it elsewhere because the side quest to unlock that is locked behind story progression. I think that fucking sucks. So the only reason why I think Arkham Origins is my favorite one is because the post game is awesome, because I like the combat system the most. It's the only game with the enemy type martial artists and ninjas, and these enemy types. I've talked about this before, but these enemy types actually counter you, which I love.
Yeah,
And
that is
my
cool.
favorite thing in games is, especially when it comes to combat, is this back and forth battle that a lot of games don't seem to really understand or are able to get. You know, Sekiro is probably the premium example of like what a back and forth battle should look like. You know,
Yeah, it's like a rally between the two, back and forth. Yeah.
yes, yes. And have you played Arkham Origins?
Yeah.
The Deathstroke fight. You know,
Yeah,
is,
cool fight. That fight got hyped up to me way too much though.
mm,
And I was like, oh, that was a cool fight. But like I wasn't blown away with it like a lot of people. Probably because people hyped it up to me too much.
I think that's it's not like Sifu, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like that like people are pointing out Sifu is like, yeah, but Sifu is like a whole game dedicated to that. Of course, you know, of course Sekiro is better, you know. But like within the context of a Batman game, it's like, fuck, dude.
I think it's probably just like a surprising thing. We're like, oh wow, I didn't expect that from this type of
like
game.
an actual fight where we're fighting, where I have to worry about countering him and he's going to counter me, and I have to pay attention to that. You know, I have to worry about being thrown by him. I'm going to throw him, that kind of thing. You know. Surprisingly deep fight for the Arkham system, and I wish. And the most disappointing thing about Arkham Knight is that they had the same character, and it was just a shoot 'em up boss fight. They didn't expand on it at all. I was like, what the fuck? That's insane. You know, why am I just fighting him in a tank when he is the guy that inspired fucking Deadpool? You know, as a martial artist. You know.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I actually beat Arkham Origins, wasting my time with that shit. But you know, like I love.
It's a good Christmas game, I think, to play around.
Oh yes, it also takes place during Christmas, so you hear like, you know, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done. I don't know what the actual song is called. I just know the Family Guy version of it. I'm sorry. Of course, Micah knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so. Her
brand of humor, right on target.
Yeah, like if there's a Seinfeld reference in Batman, Michael would be like, oh yes. If the Riddler goes, Jerry, or says the N-word, I don't know.
That'd be so
if
insane,
came out
dude.
With that'd be really something.
That'd be insane, dude.
What do you mean by Blackgate prison? Okay.
What do you mean about Blackgate? Yeah, that's funny as fuck.
So I just really want to play Arkham games. So again, I implore everybody who misses the Arkham series, but you have not played Arkham Origins, play Arkham Origins.
Give it a spin.
Don't believe the memes. You will get. I don't want to promise that it's going to be the best Arkham game ever. It might not even be better than Arkham Knight, because I also love playing Arkham Knight. You know, it's awesome. But if you want more Arkham Origins is going to fit the bill quite nicely for you.
Sure.
I think you're going to find a lot to like about that.
What did you play it on?
On PC, on my Steam Deck. Runs beautifully, 60 frames per second, 90 frames per second even, bro. You know? It runs so good that the fan isn't even running, you know?
That's good.
No problem.
It is a PS3 game, but still.
It is.
That's nice.
It is a PS3 game. And the PC port was abysmal, but
yeah,
they fixed it.
Those Arkham PC ports, especially Arkham Knight, was really bad when it came out.
Dude, Arkham Knight was a travesty, bro, when it came out. That's great. That's correct. Yeah. And if you want to replicate that, then play it on the Switch one. So.
Yeah, if you want that out there.
Yeah, but Arkham Origins is unfortunately not modernized, so I do recommend a PC port if you gotta play it, or it's backwards compatible on Xbox if you have the disc, if you can find a disc for it.
Okay.
But definitely recommend it for PC. You're gonna have a great time, especially if you are wanting Arkham fix like I am.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. All right, Micah, you were on Summon Sign with me, so we talked deeply about what we were playing on there. But
I was listening to Summon Sign before I came on here.
Okay.
Good episode.
You heard them fighting the marriage counseling.
Yeah. It makes it a lot of fun. It was a really fun dynamic, actually. The three of you. You guys should have your own show, the three of you.
No new shows. Like Dustin says.
Dustin just like blasts through the door, like
no new shows. All right.
I do have one we didn't talk about on Summon Sign, if I may.
Yeah, please.
So I went back. I had played Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and I never finished it. I was halfway through the story mode. Something else must have come out, and I just never finished it. So just over the weekend, I went back and beat the story mode. So I just want to say it's great. Really great little game. Challenging towards the end, especially. But like most Kirby games, it's like moderately challenging during the whole game, and it's a game where you can kind of choose your own difficulty because there are like these interdimensional rifts that appear in some stages, and those are like something's following you and you got to be very quick and get past obstacles. Those are pretty tricky, so you can do those or not. It's things like that that allow you to add more challenge. Or some of the collectibles are really hard to get. If you want to get those, you got to be pretty good, right? So it's once again a Kirby game that lets you kind of choose your own difficulty, but you don't have to get all the collectibles. You don't have to touch the interdimensional rifts if you don't want to. Like, you can make it as difficult or easy as you want. And I had a lot of fun with it. The boss battles were great. This game has like super power-ups basically. So in some of the stages, you'll get like a really souped up version of the sword or like an extreme version of the snow powers, right? And it's just really fun.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
I'm happy to finally have finished it and take that off the list. There's also too, like, there's a lot of bonus content after you beat the game. Like, there is essentially a new game plus mode that makes it more difficult. And then there is like a special, prize mode that you get at the end. Like, I won't say what it is, but just to sell the value of this game, it's like, whoa, because the story mode is a decent length. Then you get like a new game plus, new difficulty. Then you get a whole other mode that unlocks, and all the mini games from the original game are now in their own section that you can go play, and it's like a little carnival. And they're fun. They're just cute little mini games. They're cool enough to mess around with, but they have multiplayer. So, if you have kids or something, this game would be chock full of content. So I just wanted to shout that out.
Okay. Very nice. Love to hear it, Micah. Kirby Forgotten Land is this week. I just remembered.
Yes.
On Switch 2, plus Star Crossed Worlds.
Yeah, that's one that I'm not going to get to immediately because today, when the audience hears it, Wednesday, is when Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar comes out, and I'm going to be picking that up at my local GameStop. So I'm going to be all in on that. So Kirby DLC for right now is going to be stepping aside, but I will absolutely get to it. I'm definitely going to get that upgrade pack.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah, I'd love to check it out. I'll have to replay the whole game, though, because it was fun anyway, so I'm fine with that.
You don't have to replay the whole game, Brad. You don't have to do that.
I like the game.
God damn it, Brad. I'm
not going to play it right now.
Because you could play Triangle Strategy or something.
I already played that. I already beat that.
Oh, which game were we talking about that there was something that you weren't going to get to, and I was like, damn it, Bradley, just play it. We talked about so many games on Summon Time. There was something that came up, and I was like, just play it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
It could be anything.
Yeah, could be anything. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Stop playing games you already played, Bradley. Just stop it. Get some help.
No. No.
I know Gene's not going to back me up on that one at all.
No, I love playing old games. If I could play Yakuza all day, that's all I would do. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm playing Yakuza 3 again today. What a great day. What an awesome day. Oh my god, I'm playing Arkham again.
Yeah.
Dude, my fucking hour count for Arkham Knight is ridiculous on PlayStation 2.
I believe it, dude.
It's like a couple hundred hours for sure.
All
I do is just be Batman and just go around fighting dudes.
I understand the masculine urge to be Batman. I get it.
Why wouldn't you be Batman?
Yeah, every dude wants to be Batman.
He's fantastic. I will say I played Arkham Asylum multiple times, but that's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've played the other ones more than once. I might have played Arkham City twice, for achievements, but I don't think I played them all multiple times. Arkham Asylum, though, hell yeah. I'd play that again.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I actually do think it's the best one because it's so contained, It's so well paced. Definitely not my favorite. It's not the one I've only replayed it like 10 times maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So. Only.
Yeah, versus like hundreds of times for like City, Origins, or Night, like all three of them. So
yeah. Game wise for me, I talked about this with Micah on Summon Sign, but Sword of the Sea was kind of the only thing I played recently. Very short game, but very cool game. If you're into stuff like Journey and all that kind of stuff, games like that, you'll have a good time.
Cry?
No, I don't think any games really made me cry ever.
Really?
No. I mean, I've
He's
gotten
lying.
like choked up, but I don't think I've ever like cried. No.
Brad the Clanker.
I would, dude, if a game makes me cry, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be great. But it sadly hasn't happened quite yet. Hopefully, remake part 3, Gene, will do it.
Oh,
we'll see.
Yeah. Do you cry movies?
No.
Jesus.
No. I don't think I'm much of a crier.
Cried. Brad's never cried in his life.
Never in my life, yeah. No, I mean, I don't think I am for like media and stuff like that. Real life shit, yeah, definitely. But
when's the last time you cried?
When was the last time I cried?
See, he has to think about it. I can tell you immediately. I cried yesterday.
I think like early this year because my brother's dogs finally died. And I really I helped raise those dogs and I really liked them a lot.
That's
so I think that was the last time I did, or the most recent time I did.
Yeah.
Wow, Brad is just not a crier. Brad can literally pinpoint, like, I've cried once this year. And I'm just like, dude, I cried last night because I got an email from somebody that got me like, I got a heartfelt email from someone and I was like, oh.
Well, I don't know. Dudes don't really cry as much or get that emotional. I don't know what to tell you there, Micah. When was the last time you saw Colin
got emotional
cry?
playing Journey and I felt nothing. All right. I get the dude card on that one.
Yeah, you do get the 2 card.
Okay. Wow.
You need to have Gears of War shit for Micah to get emotional, like buried in there.
Oh my god, dude.
Gears of War 2.
Dude, you start talking about Gears 2 or something,
talking
man.
about fucking Dom's wife. Maria, I'm coming, babies.
Don't do that to me. Don't make me think about Big Rig Dizzy.
I totally forgot about it. Oh my god.
It's like those memes. It's like where women cried, and it's like The Notebook, and it's like where men cried, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Insert any stupid movie here.
Someone dying in a game.
I mean, hey, Gears of War moved me. I don't remember crying, but like I definitely felt bad about it. So.
No, I don't think I cried. There's only been a handful of games that have made me cry. Like most notably was Seventh Dragon 3. That game, I would cry just thinking about it. Like if that game made me sob. That game destroyed me on the inside. It's beautiful, but I was like, oh my god.
Getting emotional just thinking about it, yeah.
I don't remember the last time a game made me cry. It's been a while.
It's been a while. But yeah, Sword of Seeds on PS Plus Extra if you have it there. So if you want to check it out, go for it on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might just check it out for free. Why not?
And the other game I beat recently was Metal Gear Solid 2. It had been over 20 years since I played it. Pretty sure I only played through it once when it came out, so I revisited it. Made a whole YouTube video on it that's out now, so you can check that out. It's like 20 minutes of me talking about the game. So, but I did overall say enjoy the game more than I did the first time, so that's good. Because 2 is always my least favorite, and it still might be besides 5, but I did enjoy it more overall. All right, next news story we got.
Real quick about 2, I do think that I understand. Like it's kind of my favorite one, story wise. Definitely, it's my favorite
I can
one.
see that why people for the story.
Like from a gameplay perspective, though, Big Shell is not that much of not a very cool.
No, and it's not even close to like Shadow Moses or even the jungles from 3.
Shadow Moses, the jungle, or even like the diversity of 4 and so much of 4 sucks ass too, right? So I totally get that. And 5 is like just fucking Afghanistan, and like 2 probably has the worst environments out of the whole series, you know.
Probably my least favorite, but it's still cool, but it's just my least favorite.
It's cool, but like, you know, like when you're running around finding the bombs, it's like, okay, you know, it's not, it's okay. It's cool,
I mean, I get into all that and like the pacing and kind of stuff of the game and whatever.
So I don't get defensive over 2 when people say that it's not their favorite. Cause it's meant to be divisive. So if you're divided on it, then the game worked, you know?
Yeah. Mission accomplished, Kojima. Yeah, I like
Vision accomplished.
Vision accomplished. Yeah. Fission mailed.
Fission mailed. Yes.
All right. Next story we got real quick is Japan NDL won't accept Switch 2 game key cards for preservation. So I'm going to read this from My Nintendo News, their whole breakdown on this. The National Diet Library, which collects and preserves Japanese physical media, says the Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards are not eligible for collection as they are basically digital copies. The National Diet Library began collecting physical video games in proper archival conditions in October of 2000 and has had over 9,600 video game titles. It should be noted that the National Diet Library has recently begun archiving digital books and magazines, meaning things could potentially change in the future. And this is a quote here. When asked about Switch 2 game key cards, India representatives said that only physical media that contains the content itself is considered eligible for preservation, since a key card on its own does not qualify as content. It fails outside of our scopes for collection and preservation. Just a little funny thing I thought there with the Nintendo game key cards of just more people getting pissed and just kind of more like little chips at the whole system.
Yeah, Sega. Right? Fucking game key card Yakuza 0. Come on, man. The game came out like ages ago, bro.
Yeah. It's like, I think Bravely Default was a game key card. I'm like, that was a DS game. You can't get that going on there?
That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm confusing that with the other game. But yeah. What the hell, Makes no sense.
I don't understand any of that shit. I don't know why, but I'm all for it when a dev finally puts the entire game on the
Even Square Enix, bro. Come on, Square Enix. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the first RPGs can't fit on a game key card.
Can't fit on a game key card, dude.
These are the first RPGs, bro.
Yeah, man, it's bizarre.
What are you talking about? You can't fit on a fit on a card.
I think Final Fantasy Tactics isn't on there as well. It's like, dude, it's fucking PS1 game.
Oh my god, dude, yeah. You gotta get the Switch 1 version. Yeah, maybe John Linneman and Oliver are right of Digital Foundry. Like, maybe Nintendo is really just saying, dude, just fucking make it on the Switch 1, bro. It's totally fine.
That's the thing. I mean, so much of what I have pre-ordered right now is Switch 1, Story of Seasons tomorrow, Final Fantasy Tactics, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. These are all Switch 1 copies that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to figure something out with that shit, dude. Because it's definitely affecting sales.
The Switch 1 that's now $350, bro. Like, what the what era is this actually? Like, what kind of timeline is this?
Crazy timeline right now, that's for sure.
Although, like, the one thing that I keep thinking of, well, it's that T-Pain song where he's like, if you ain't got it by now, you just ain't getting it. Because it's like, dude, like the outrage over, I'm not saying they should have raised the price. I'm not saying that, but the outrage over it, it's like, if you ain't got a fucking Switch 1 by now, baby, you ain't getting it. Just move on. Move on. I don't know if you really were sitting on it for this long.
That's probably what
I don't think you wanted one.
It's like, bro, the Switch 2 is only $100 more. You might as well get that instead.
It is. It is. It just makes no sense at this point to get a brand new Switch 1 unless you want the Lite, which I would still recommend. I love mine for travel, but it's like at this point, man, I don't know. If you haven't bought in by now.
Yeah, as collectors, it sucks though, right? Because it's like, like there was that graphic around for console price downgrades, and it's like, dude, remember when the Wii was $99, man? That's crazy, dude. Imagine getting a whole as Nintendo Wii for $100. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you can play Xenoblade Chronicles on that thing,
Yeah, man, I wish I picked up like Dreamcast back in the day when it was like $50. I saw GameCubes like for $50 before. I wish I just bought them just to have them.
Right? Yeah. Like I'm kind of annoyed that I just didn't buy a separate Wii, like that's just boxed in, as opposed to like the one that I've used and abused for years,
Yeah. We fucked up. Oh well.
Hey, we got a Wii U at least. I got one of those.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Great
we
job,
sure do
for that one.
All right. Final story here. This is the Xenoblade thing we were kind of referencing earlier, but I am getting this from Reddit Leaks and Rumors. That's like a subreddit where they punch a bunch of rumors and stuff like that, and gaming leaks. Pretty good information there if you're ever curious. But Monolith Soft posted a recruitment visual effects designer on their Twitter account using a scene from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as an example. The lighting in this footage is different from the game's original release, so it's just been enhanced a little bit, and that's just getting people to speculate that Xenoblade could be getting a little of a touch-up for Switch 2, perhaps? Gene, how are you feeling about this? Do you think this is actually happening?
It sure looks like it, right? Like the lighting is different. Obviously, the performance is better. So it does feel like, oh man, it'd be nice to play. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, despite all of its problems, I would totally welcome another reason to play it again. because it's definitely the Xenoblade game that I played the least amount. I've only played it through twice, you know. And I would like to play it. I never got the strongest fucking the gotcha girls. You know, I never got
the blades. Yeah,
I never got I never got the strongest blades. I never got the rarest ones because I fucking hate that system. Right?
Yeah, I remember being like, "Fuck this, dude! I'm not doing that shit."
It's fucking bullshit. But like, you know, like if I got a good reason to replay it again, I'll do it. I would love like an actual proper like various save files, you know, because it's the only one for some reason that only has one save slot.
That's weird.
So if you're trapped in the middle of a playthrough, then you can't like start all over again or anything. Like, so like I have a game at post game, and it's like I could just start New Game Plus, but it's like, you know, like I don't know, like it'd be nice to just have a fresh run, just do again, you know, to re-experience the whole game again, you know, fresh, because it's been so long since I played it at launch, you know, and that's about it. So that's my hopes for it, that there is a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition with some quality of life upgrades, some adjustments to the fucking field skills, which was bullshit, you know. Like you mostly get the field skills that you need to advance the game, but like, you know, it'd be nice to not have to worry about that at all, you know. Like this is not going to happen, but like, dude, if you can re-record some of the dialogue, that'd be great. like the voice direction was just so bad. Like, it's just bad. Like, you know, like I think the story is great, and like it has some really key moments that really hit out of the park, like especially towards the end of the game. But you know, it's like the beginning part could definitely use some work. Fix the lip sync, which they're probably not going to do because they didn't even do that for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. But yeah, that's the pie in the sky. If they brought back Rex to re-record some of his lines, because I think Rex is probably the only like the real big issue. Like everyone else is just like anime cartoony, but Rex is the main fucking character, and he sounds like ass sometimes. You know, it'd be nice if they brought him back to re-record some of those lines. You know? Just another take.
Micah, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to have. I don't personally want to replay this game. As we said, I liked it, but with all the kind of issues I have with it, I'm glad I experienced the story. I'm glad I experienced whatever the hell that battle system was, but I don't want to go back to it. It's a really interesting thing to me that I feel the first game is so strong just across the board, and that the second one is just a weird step back in so many aspects. Because the first one I would recommend with no hesitation. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'm like, oh, I have so many things to tell you first, child, before you embark on this journey. So would be nice, but I personally don't want to get back into that game or experience it again.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. I went through it once. I'm like you. I think one's much better.
Well, like, but one thing you mentioned about the field skills, Gene, it's like, yeah, I remember a distinct moment where I was losing it because there was a field skill I needed and I could not get the blade that had it. And this was for a story thing, not for a side mission, not for a collectible. I was stuck just trying to get it.
I think there's like one or two areas in the game where like you need a field skill. Like the game is mostly good about just letting you just fly by without the field skill, or you already have the field skill already, right? But like I remember that one part. I forget what it is.
I needed to jump up really high.
Yes,
and
a fucking
there's
jump.
a field skill specifically for that. Yeah. And I was trying. I was like, I could not get that blade. I spent, Christ, I don't know how much time I spent just to get that blade to do that one task.
Traumatizing.
And that was just crazy.
Yeah. I don't blame people that if that colors their whole experience of Xenoblade 2, then they didn't like it. I don't blame you for that, man. That fucking sucked for me, man. So
yeah. All right. Well, we shall see. Let's end the show now with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into this show, I post a thread every Sunday on our Patreon calling for your submissions, so keep an eye out there. This is from Jambi. Hello, Goonerheads. I hope you are doing well. Recently, Gene was talking on Twitter about how he is mostly unimpressed with most games writing in comparison to film or novels. Though I don't necessarily disagree, I'd like to ask what are some of those exceptions where the writing was actually great. Personally, I feel Nier Automata does storytelling exceptionally well because it understands its medium and uses it to its fullest. What say you? Keep the punches up and the gooning coming.
Yes, I completely agree that Nier Automata is one of the exceptions where it's like, oh, we understand that we're a video game, so we're going to try to tell this video game story in a compelling way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's why Nier Automata is like my fourth favorite game of all time, because it's like it's a perfect marriage of like great writing and great gameplay. You know, and I mentioned this on Twitter too, but Xenoblade Chronicles, of course, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's mostly just generally really great writing. You know, obviously we can pick apart like a few things here and there, especially in part 1 and definitely part 2. I think part 3 is probably the best one in terms of writing. And again, that kind of goes back to like my comparison to Snake Eater. It's like, oh, if you are the person that loves Snake Eater the most, then Xenoblade 3 is the best one because it's probably the best written, cleanest written. You know, great character arcs. Probably the villain probably could have been worked a bit more, but that's about it. What other? The other example I always use, and you know, it's controversial, but I think The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. I think they are even just on paper. I think the writing is good. I wouldn't say that it's like oh my god, it's just like Cormac McCarthy. You know, like no, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. Not suggesting that. But like you look at the success of the HBO show and look at how many people enjoyed that despite it being a video game. It's because the core story is good. It's a good drama story with some good characterization, some strong characters, strong character arcs. All of it makes sense. There's a lot of payoff in terms of the relationship that you have with the characters and as well as the characters that they have among themselves. You know, Ellie, Abby, Joel, all of that stuff. You know. So I think The Last of Us is a prime example of great writing, and it does gameplay good too. You know, one thing I always criticize Expedition 33 about in terms of writing is that I despite everyone saying, "Oh my god, the intro is like changed my life," I think the intro kind of sucks because who the fuck is Gustav's girlfriend? You know,
Right.
We just met her. We don't know anything about her, and there's nothing interesting about her. She just fucking dies. You know, and this is not a spoiler. This happens in the first 5 minutes of the game, right? This is they put her in the fridge and then they just leave her to die, and we're supposed to care about that, right? That's the same thing that happens in Last of Us Part 1, except because you know, Last of Us Part 1, not a spoiler here, right? Joel's daughter dies, right? And we don't know who Joel's daughter is. We just barely met her, right? And all of a sudden we're supposed to care, except that we are forced to play as her.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the gameplay comes in. You know, it's very simple. It's a very simple choice. I'm not saying that it's like the most like incredible genius choice of all time, but like the simple fact of forcing the player to see the destruction of the Last of Us world through Sarah's eyes as a little girl, that makes it more effective storytelling than what I think Expedition 33 does. You know, that's where I'm coming from when it comes from when a video game has really good writing. You know, it's not so much on paper, you know, because a lot of that kind of sucks, you know. But like when you're able to use gameplay to enhance that mood and experience and that connection to the story and the world and the characters, that's where I think video games really can be the best they can be. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoblade 2, actually, you know, when Shulk gets the ability to see the future, you know, that becomes a gameplay mechanic, you know, that they're telling the story through that, you know.
Yeah.
That's where I come from.
Some of my favorite writing is like Metal Gear Solid 1. I think has really good writing.
Yeah, MGS1 on paper has good writing.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need the gameplay, but the fact that it uses the gameplay to enhance that makes Metal Gear Solid 1 one of the greatest pieces of art of all time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and in games like Mouthwashing, I think use the fact that it's a game effectively for writing and stuff like that.
Silent Hill 2, the fact that you're just James the whole time, and you know, I won't spoil that because that's way late in the game. But the fact that you're just playing as James, you know, even the remake, you know, I think the remake does a pretty good job. And I have my criticisms of the remake, but I think the remake does a pretty good job in terms of storytelling. You know,
Mike, any examples that you could think of?
I mean, probably my favorite one would just be Witcher 3, but I think part of that is just because while they make a ton of changes from the books gave them such a great framework in terms of like there's a lot of unexpected humor in those books on top of the sadness, on top of the excellent like action sequences and all that. There's also like doses of humor throughout. Like Andrei Sapkowski is a really funny dude. His other like book series is full of humor that it's like wow. So I feel like that's one that just stands out to me in terms of like the character relationships that are built, and just they made me care so much for some of these side characters, man. And when something bad would happen, I'd be like, oh my God, no, not them. Like
Dandelion, no.
It's like they made me care so much about some of these characters, and it's like because they were well written. But I also credit that to like they had a really great framework from the original author to work with. They made their changes and they made their own mark on it, but they were just like fantastic characters, and it's a game that's the cutscenes and on the dialogue I just love.
Cool. All right, let's see here. We got Alan Antonio here. What's up? My box fisting N-words. Wow.
Goodness.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Dude. Jesus Christ.
Jeez. I love this show. I especially enjoy your coverage on the lead up and anticipation for big releases. My question is simple. If you could go back in time and cover an announcement, previews, and release of a past Nintendo game with Punching Up crew, which game would it be and why? For me, I would have loved to see you guys cover the regular drip feed of announcements that led up to the release of Smash Bros. Brawl. Thanks for all you guys do, and keep fisting that chicken, Alan. All right, so we can kind of time travel and cover something from Nintendo in the past. What would you guys want to cover?
I think I'll just copy Alan and say the Smash Brothers Ultimate release.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like the Persona 5 Joker reveal, especially now that I actually like enjoy Joker and Persona 5. That's another game that I didn't like at first, and I had to give it another shot.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, Hollow Knight, you could easily become one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah. The Brawl and Ultimate reveal lineups are perfect. I guess the Wii U, that would
be a fun time. Yeah,
it'd be an interesting time to just complain all the time.
Yeah. That would be really fun.
to just go from anticipation to horror.
Yeah,
would have been great.
Just like we're so bored. When is Bayonetta 2 coming out?
Yeah, that'd be a really funny time for the show. You're right.
And then I would have hated it as I did when I tried it on Wii U. So there that is.
It's like, God, we got Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Let's enjoy this.
Yeah.
Gene, I wish we covered Mario 64 when it came out.
Oh, of course.
We'd all just be like shitting our pants with excitement every day talking about that game and how groundbreaking it was.
Can you believe what we're looking at right now?
3D!
Yeah.
He falls asleep. If you don't push anything for a while, we'd be freaking out.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, the backflip,
Yeah, the backflip.
I got to the roof of the castle, man.
Yeah. Yoshi's up there, but he just fucking bounces.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. It's crazy.
What a bitch.
Weird. Dude, fucking imagine covering Zelda Ocarina of Time,
dude. Whew.
Like, you want to cry on camera right now, man.
I'm screaming every day.
I'm like, dude, you can ride the horse and shoot an arrow at the same time.
Yeah.
That shit was new back then.
That shit was new back then.
That was huge.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the big orange sword is even stronger than the Master Sword. Did you get that shit?
Good times, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's actually so much that would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
GoldenEye, even. Yeah.
All right. This is from Hayden Glass of COG Psycho 100. What's up, my wigglers? Wow. Nintendo Switch Online turns 7 years old in a couple of weeks, and as far as video game subscriptions go, how have you all enjoyed it? Obviously, the classic library is dope, now around 270 games total. But I also got some mileage from the other NSO stuff or offerings. Free DLC and Switch 2 upgrades have been super nice, but one of my favorite games ever is actually exclusive to NSO. Give some love to the sleeper hit of a successful battle royale, Tetris 99. All right, so Micah, how do you feel about NSO overall now?
Yeah, I was late to buy into it because as soon as they announced that it was something I had to pay for, I was like, I'm not paying for that. And I was like, so I guess I'm not playing Splatoon 3, and I just wasn't into it. And when I finally did buy in and say, all right, it seems like they've improved the online, so it's kind of worth it now. Because that was the main thing. I was like, these servers are trash, and I'm not paying for this. No, I like the NSO service a lot. And I definitely have gotten good value out of it. Checked out some really cool games. I love that they keep adding the Fire Emblem games, and I hope they continue to do so. So I'm having a great time with it. I do think it's very worth the money. I was actually just lamenting today because I needed to sign up for Xbox Live again, which I A, found out no longer exists, and B,
it's Game Pass 4 now or something.
Yeah, and it's $100 a year for the core, just to have, just all I need is the online. I don't want the Game Pass games. All I want is the multiplayer functionality. Luckily, I was able to do a thing to get $1, pay $1 for a month, and I promptly canceled it. So I'll have the service for a month. Yeah. But I was like, what the fuck? $100 for me to play Call of Duty online? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, dude.
I'm simply not doing that.
That and PSN are so expensive. It's crazy how expensive that shit
I'm
is.
so far over it now. I'm like, because I canceled Live, I don't know, at some point last year because I didn't get the new Call of Duty, and I was like, I'm just paying for nothing over here. Mm-hmm. And now the whole Game Pass thing, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not getting a value out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gene, what do you think about NSO now, 7 years in?
No real complaints other than why the fuck can't we buy these games separately? That's it.
That's just kind of where I'm at. Same thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I got. Like, it's an awesome service. Way better games than the other services. Even better than Game Pass. Let's be real, But and it's cheap. It's a good price.
Cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper, anyways, right? Yeah. But it's annoying that we can't buy this separately.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 and 3 just came out on the PlayStation, bro, and I could just buy that. Mm-hmm. I can buy the license at least. Fuck license or whatever like that. I'm not. We're not expecting PlayStation or Nintendo to go out of business anytime soon, Right. So those licenses are safe for now, and it's not a big deal. But yeah, I'd like to buy it separately and not have it tied to some subscription service. It's nice to have the license and nice to own the game. I have to do that for Resident Evil 2 and 3 and back that up. But like the fact that it's there is awesome, and
yeah,
it sucks that I can't buy Yoshi's Island, man.
Yeah. So, what's cool about those Resident Evil things is if you owned them on PS3, they'll work that same version. You don't have to pay anything else.
Oh, that's right.
Because I downloaded them and I had those on PS3 already.
Oh, that's fucking dude. Imagine Nintendo did that. They're like, oh, you bought Yoshi's Island already on the Wii.
No, no. You got to buy Yoshi's Island 10 times. Yeah. Throughout the history, like I have with Super Mario.
$50. It's $50.
You don't have to, though, guys. Like, you guys don't have to. We could just say that you already played the game 20 times and we can move past it.
Micah, you don't understand the masculine urge to revisit A Link to the Past or Mario World, all right? You don't understand the urge to fly around with your little cape and go, oh wow. You got to fucking do it, Micah.
It's like being Batman. Actually, every time I do the cape swoop, I'm just like Mario in Mario World, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the masculine urge to play Mario World or Batman Arkham.
That's right.
Because they have both great cape flying functionality.
But,
To Micah's point, I'm not like desperately wanting to own Yoshi's Island, right? But you would get more money out of me if you did, and I'd be happy about it.
Yeah, I would love to give you money, Nintendo, more money, even more. But yeah, I agree with Hayden here. I think Tetris 99 is a really cool addition. F-Zero 99 was pretty cool too. So I do like stuff when they do that. We might see something like that with Mario 40th anniversary because they did Mario like that Mario Battle Royale kind of thing for a while. I forgot what it was called. Mario, I don't think it was Mario 99, but something like that. So we might see that soon. All right, this is from Trice Baton. Hey, Punchman. Hey, Punchman. I like that, like henchman. What are some games you love, but you feel like you're the only person in the world who has played them? For me, it's Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. It's a unique DS game where you explore levels to find materials so you can craft ammo for your tank or giant tank fortress to use in 1v1 RTS battles. just typing that made me think I had made this game up. God bless and spread the happiness. All right. Anything you guys can think of?
For me, I mean, aside from Seventh Dragon, which I already mentioned once this episode, the Fallen Legion games, which I like very much. Those are games, though, that whenever I mention them, I don't usually get many like comments of people being like, "Oh yeah, I like those games too." It's something that like I've really never been able to talk deeply about with another person who's played them.
Gene, anything you could think of?
Same answer as always. God Hand, less unique because a lot of people have played that one, or at least a couple more people played that one. But Bujingai, the Forgotten City, is the one I always mention the most, starring Gact.
Gact from
because
Crisis Core, yeah.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yes, Genesis from Crisis Core as well. He will never be a memory.
No.
But Gact was also starring in this very little known action game that remember earlier this episode when I was talking about the back and forth combat mechanic, right?
Yep.
The dance of combat. The player attacks, the enemy counters. Now the enemy is on the counter and you're on the defensive, and then you got to push back. That is Bujingai in a nutshell. The whole game is designed around that. It is designed around replicating the Chinese martial arts, the choreography of the time, and that came out at a great time when Crouching Tiger and The Matrix was huge, and the choreographer was the choreographer of both movies. I'm forgetting his name, but he was awesome,
Yeah.
There was just like, why are there no games that are doing this? And in comes Bujingai. It's like, oh, we totally got this weird, unique system where you gotta like hold buttons to defend or whatever like that. It's so cool. And nobody ever talks about it.
Nobody ever talks about it. Actually, Gene, you know this game. You brought it up pretty recently, which is Hook on SNES.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I really like that game. I think that game fucking slaps.
Dude, that game was so good, dude.
Yeah, it's a cool-ass game. But, it's fucking old now. But I actually played through it last year, and it was really fun, dude.
Dude, I would also cry if they made a new Hook game in that style.
That would be sick, dude.
That
would be awesome.
Wizard Cube or the guys who just did Shinobi, which just came out and
we're doing Hook.
Came out to rave reviews, right? Mm-hmm. Those fucking guys made a new Hook game. I'd be like, fucking okay,
yeah, sure, I'm in,
sign
dude.
Me up, dude.
I am in.
And it's published by Sony. Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah. The PlayStation Studios original, and it's exclusive to PS5. It doesn't go anywhere else. It's the one game that is exclusive. Yeah. Me and Brad would be like, "Fuck yeah, dude! PlayStation.
Yeah, hell yeah, Hook."
Where's that?
All right, final writing here from Haru Discourse. Hey, punchers, how are y'all feeling about the state of Nintendo music? They recently dropped a handful of Kirby Air Rider tracks to coincide with the Direct, which was a nice surprise. However, this got me wondering, why have they still not released anything from Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza, or heck, even Chibi Robo to coincide with their Switch 2 release? Seems like an easy way to generate some excitement to keep people engaged with the Nintendo ecosystem, especially considering that Nintendo Music is a perk of NSO or the paid NSO subscription. Is there some greater strategy at play, or is Nintendo just being weird about their music drops for little to no reason? I'll hang up and cry as I mourn the downfall of my beloved Cracker Barrel. You can relate. Nintendo Music, I think it's pretty cool. I don't listen to it very often, but there's a lot of good shit on there, man. Lots of good stuff. I listened to the Wave Race soundtrack driving one time. That was pretty tight. But awesome. The newer Nintendo stuff, I don't know. Nintendo's just weird about releasing soundtracks. They always have been. They're just a weird company. Like, you know this if you're listening. Nintendo's just a weird ass company. I'm sorry, Mike. I almost called you Nintendo. Nintendo, what do you think?
Can't call it an N-word.
Yeah.
Can't say that, Brad.
I got the Nintendo Pass. Don't worry about it.
I've never used Nintendo Music. I just have zero interest in doing so. And I definitely can't speak to why the hell they would do this. Because, the Bonanza soundtrack was fun. Put that on there. But they're like, you're going to steal it. And it's like, what? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what their reasoning on not giving us the because, to generate buzz. Like they said, like, oh, Chibi Robo is something people are really excited about. Put that soundtrack on there, dog. But I don't know. I also have no beef with it, though, because I don't use it.
Mhm.
I have never used it. I just don't plan to.
Got it. Gene, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's probably the latter. I don't understand why you don't have the Mario Kart World soundtrack on there.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
great soundtrack, man.
it's you know, fucking soundtrack of the year is between Mario Kart World and Expedition 33, and Expedition 33 deserves it, right?
Mhm.
Like it deserves it 1,000%. And Expedition 33 is like, oh, here's a vinyl, and here it's on Spotify too, and it's everywhere, you know. Dude, like love our music. We're at Gamescom, and we're gonna perform it, even though the audio quality fucking sucks. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that guitar. You know, Lorian deserves better. You know,
Right.
and then meanwhile, Nintendo's like, here's the greatest music we've ever made. Fucking play the game if you want to hear it, though. You know. Fucking buy Mario Kart World, you know? You want to listen to music without it, you know? Fuck off. Play Mario Kart World, you know? Like
they're a package, bitch. You can't get them separately.
Yeah, but it's so weird because it's like, but now I look at the app right now and it's like Kirby Air Riders is here. It's like, yeah, because I guess we can't fucking buy Kirby Air Riders, the music in the game. Or what are they going to do? Take it out once the game releases, you know?
Yeah.
I would if they do that, at least that would make sense. I'd be like, okay, well, they really want us to listen to music for these new games. I don't agree with the strategy, but I can kind of like logically put that together in my head, right?
Sure.
But if Kirby Air Riders the soundtrack continues to persist in the music app without when the game releases, and I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're blue balling us having to have access to Mario Kart World. You know, I guess I can subscribe to YouTube Music, which I do, and I can listen to it there. But it's like it'd be again like to the Haru Discourses righted. It would encourage me to play in the ecosystem, especially again the fact that it is a paid benefit it is a benefit of NSO.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that adds that's a great value for NSO, right? And it's like NSO would inarguably be the best service if we could just get up to date tracks, but we don't. So,
yep, sadly.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, great soundtrack too.
Yeah, yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. Another episode in the books. Micah, Gene, thank you both for joining me. Before we go, anything you guys want to say?
Oh, just hyped about Story of Seasons tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gonna roll to my local GameStop and pick up my copy. I called to make sure that the pre-order and everything was set. If they don't fucking have it, you're gonna see something on the news about a GameStop exploding.
Oh shit, dude! Like Chris
All I'm
Chan.
gonna say. Yeah, Chris Chan's GameStop explodes.
Yeah, same exact scenario. You're gonna pepper spray an employee just like Chris Chan did. Yeah.
Well, it's next to the Chris Chan Walmart.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
He probably has been in there at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%. Gene, anything from you? Are you ready to get out of here?
No, yeah, ready to play some Kirby and Forgotten Land. Go back to that game. I never 100% in it. I did check my level. I beat it like 85% of it. I beat all the challenges, but I never get all the stars or whatever the fuck you're supposed to collect in that game. So I might just do that too.
Cool.
And play more Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
because I'm enjoying Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it'll be out very soon, man. Almost.
So,
next
I
week.
want to play Silksong. Silksong is a cool character design. I may not like the art style, but like I do think the Hornet. I think that's what she's called.
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, I think she looks pretty dope. I think she looks cooler than Hollow Knight, who doesn't look bad itself. I just don't like the whole thing. But
yeah,
I'm liking it more now. I'm liking it more. Maybe this will be my Persona 5. Who knows? But I'm enjoying giving it a chance, and I think it's good to give games that didn't work for you another chance. So,
next week I'm on call for jury duty, so there is a possibility that I could be absent. So be aware.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
I've always ignored my jury duty summons, and nothing's ever happened to me.
That's good.
I've been lucky. I've had 3 of them, but literally each time I had moved like a week or 2 before, like after the summons, came, and then I no longer lived in that zip code, and they're like, well, you're not eligible. And it was just by chance that each time it's like I'm moving, and it happened 3 different times. I've never been summoned again. Now I will. But oh, cool, Brad. I mean, you know the secret. You just gotta show up in like a Tupac shirt or something like that. Just you gotta look real no, dude, that's the move. You gotta look undesirable.
Mhm.
All right, you just gotta look like a weirdo or
I know.
you know, like something.
Yeah. Show up in a Jeffrey Epstein shirt, you know.
Yeah.
And people will be
Jeffrey
like,
Epstein shirt.
don't know about that guy's judgment. So we'll see.
All right, everybody.
Say that you like the new Cracker Barrel logo.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah.
That's a perfect sign off.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.